What's up YouTube? This is Shabazz and I'm back with another CBD hemp flower review. Today we have some fresh products from Akira Botanicals, okay? Akira Botanicals is in North Carolina, in that western North Carolina region. They got hit hard by the floods and the hurricane stuff and all that. They still put out some products. They still harvested their flower. They kept it pushing, all right? Before we get into this though, I gotta give a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. They're keeping the channel going and growing. My channel is not monetized, so I rely on the support of my patrons over on Patreon. Everybody who cops my merch and everybody who uses my coupon codes and links to shop. Information for all of that can be found in my landing page down in the video description. My website is currently down. I can't afford to pay the hosting for the time being, but all the same information, my links and everything will be down in the video description, okay? All right, so today we have multiple strains of flower. None of these are like groundbreaking new genetics or anything. There is one that's actually a type 2 that I have not seen before. The rest of these are kind of older legacy type strains. Of course though, like I always say, Akira's flower, it almost seems like an afterthought. And I know they produce a lot of flower and they grow a lot of flower, but I think they mainly put that work into that flower to make their carts. Their carts are what they are really famous for. Their carts are what everybody really loves. They have the really bomb live resin carts. And today we have an OZ Kush live resin cart, as well as a pineapple sugar cookies. Now the OZ Kush, was really interesting about this and a lot of their other carts is this is actually a type 2. All right, so we'll get into that. Let's check out some of this flower. Check out Akira's packaging. They always ship in glass jars. They always got all the information for their flower on the labels. Really nice premium packaging from Akira. They have not cheaped out on the packaging at all. And as you've probably seen, this is the pineapple sugar cookies. Now the pineapple sugar cookies, of course, is a strain now that's at least 2 years old. It's a strain from High Alpine, and this smells exactly like any other pineapple sugar cookies that I've ever had. Now it doesn't smell bad. It's like a sugary, doughy, like pineapple haze. So think of a classic haze, like a super silver haze or a lemon haze, orange haze, something like that. Change the citrus to a pineapple and add in like a little bit of like a citrusy cookie type of a smell. If you've had pineapple sugar cookies, you know what the strain smells like. And I believe their flower is grown in a greenhouse. It's all living soil, power of the sun, but in a greenhouse, so it's protected from the elements, okay? So it's decent looking flower, okay? It's nice looking for greenhouse hemp, I will say that, okay? This could definitely, you know, be sold or pushed as indoor to a lot of people. Here's a different nug, a little bit more close up. And this is good looking flower. It's good smelling flower. It's not dank though. If you're looking for something that's gassy or dank, this is not it. But of course, if you've been around the hemp game in the last 2 years, I'm sure you've had pineapple sugar cookies before and you know it's not a dank strain. Okay, so this is gonna be a hybrid strain. It could sometimes lean a little bit sativa, sometimes a little bit indica. Let's just give it a quick taste test. I'm not gonna go full in depth because this is, again, a real kind of old school strain at this point, legacy strain. You know, typically a pineapple sugar cookies is nothing I'm super hyped over, but this is some pretty good looking flower. I'm a connoisseur and I appreciate good cannabis. It hit pretty good. Hit pretty good. It's got a little bit of that nice hazy flavor to it. Not too harsh or anything like that. That's not bad. That's not bad. Got a nice little aftertaste to it. A little tiny bit of like a sweet gas in the throat, okay? And again, that is going to be a right in the middle hybrid strain. Some phenos can lean slightly to one way or the other, but that's typically just a 50-50 hybrid in my experience. Here is a type 2 strain. This is called the Medicine. And according to Akira Botanicals website, this is a cross of Remedy OZ and Garlic Berry THCV. This is pretty much a 1 to 2 type 2 strain. Oh wow. So again, this isn't really dank or gassy, but it does have a really nice candy profile to it. Yeah, that's real nice candy profile. Really smells like Starburst is kind of what I'm getting. Okay, and again, this is living soil greenhouse flower. not bad looking, all completely 100% organic. There's no pesticides or anything, no artificial nutrients, and that is how I like my flower, okay? I don't wanna worry about getting any kind of toxicity in my cannabis. That shouldn't even be a thing, but it is, sadly, all right? But here goes the medicine. This is a 1 to 2 CBD dominant type 2. I know a lot of people request that I do more type 2 content here on the channel. Most type 2 flower I can't smoke, or I can only smoke very, very rarely in really small amounts, but I will try to incorporate more type 2 content because after all, type 2 is the most medicinal chemotype of all, okay? So here's a medicine, and this has a real nice starburst fruit candy profile to that. That's not bad. That's not bad. One day I may try hitting just a tiny piece of that. A tiny piece of that if I'm really feeling brave, if I'm really in a good mental space. And y'all, Akira Botanicals has never been known as being a budget company, okay? But that's why I make sure I secure a nice beefy coupon code for everybody to use, get a nice discount on your order, okay? So make sure you take advantage of that. Here goes another, technically a type 3. Technically it's not a type 3 because this is in its own classification. This is like a type 3 point type something else, because this is like almost a 1-to-1 CBD to CBD-V, and CBD-V is its own cannabinoid. That's that cannabinoid varin. Anytime you see a V after CBD or THC or whatever, that is a varin version of that cannabinoid, and that is basically going to give you classic, heady, uplifting sativa style effects of whatever cannabinoid that is. So CBD V flower, and this is Forbidden V. We've tried this. This is an older strain at this point, probably 3 or 4 years old at this point. It's got a terpene profile I'm not a fan of. It smells like lifter. It smells like cheese and pine and wood. I'm not a big fan of the terpene profile of Forbidden V. This is an older Oregon CBD strain. But the reason people are still growing this out and it still gets some love is because it's CBDV, and there is not a lot of CBDV heavy strains out there on the market. So there's that Forbidden V. And this is the type of strain that you want to smoke when you want to have an uplifting experience, but you don't want to get high. So, you know, this is not a type 2 sativa or anything. This is technically a type 3. It's all CBD. It's CBD and CBD-V, okay? So you're still not gonna get the high from it. Any kind of subcategory of CBD is still non-psychotropic, all right? So I'm not gonna be smoking any of this right now. I don't need pick-me-up right now. It's a nighttime. When I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go to sleep. And B, I'm not craving that terpene profile right now. That is a very medicinal ratio right there. It's heavy in that CBDV, that varin cannabinoid. A lot of people like that and need that for that daytime use or that energy boost. Now here's a strain I do like, and I haven't seen it in a long time, all right? This is the Kush cake. And most Kush cake that I've tried has not been good. But I did try one Kush cake one time from Beliefer that was amazing, and I've chased that pheno ever since. Let's see if this is anything like that. And that one pheno I've always been chasing smelled exactly like wedding cake or ice cream cake type 1. Yeah, this is not that. This, not to say it smells bad or anything, it's actually, it doesn't smell bad. But this is the typical Kush cake I've ran into. It doesn't really exhibit those cake traits. It has really a classic cannabis smell too, but it's a little bit creamy. It's like, take a classic weed smell, earthy, musky, pine, and add a little bit of a vanilla scent to that. And that's what you get in this, okay? Maybe even a tad splash of citrus. And in the Kush cake that I really fell in love with, it smells like literally gassy cake. All right, so here's a Kush cake, and visually wise, this is my favorite so far. I really like the way this one looks. It's the frostiest. It's got the lightest green to it. All the nugs just have a real nice frost trichome layer built up on them, and nug structure in general. Okay, here's a different nug, more close in. And as you can see, it's just got a nice frost to it. It's just real nice and frosty. Got that nice trichome layer. This definitely is something that, you know, when you see it, you want to smoke it. So we're definitely gonna smoke some of it. All right, here goes a Kush cake. I held it real quick before I inhaled it. I had to make sure this was a type 3. This wasn't like some type 2 pheno or something. Akira has a lot of type 2 flower and type 2 cards, so I always got to double check. It had a real nice, sweet, creamy citrus flavor on the inhale. That's what I describe that as. It's a creamy, sweet citrus flavor, maybe with like a hint of pine. Not bad tasting, not bad tasting at all. Now, is this as good as something that, you know, resembles like a type 3 wedding cake or ice cream cake? No, but it's still pretty nice. It's still pretty nice. Okay, and Kush cake is gonna give you typically some slightly indica dominant hybrid effects. It's not super strong indica though, just a little bit leaning towards that way. I'll give that Kush cake though the Shabazz seal of approval, as well as that pineapple sugar cookies I didn't mention. That's not a bad smoke. All right, now here's another legacy strain. This is a raspberry bear claw, and this is just a regular type 3 CBD dominant pheno. And raspberry bear claw, of course, is another strain that's probably 3 years old, I want to say, from High Alpine Genetics. Was a popular strain. This isn't the most pungent raspberry bear claw I've ever smelled. This is a very light, herbal, piney smelling raspberry bear claw. Some raspberry bear claw, that artificial raspberry scent really just screams at you. This one's a little bit more low. It's got that sourness of the raspberry, but that real strong sweetness is kind of hiding back there. Okay, now this raspberry bear claw could absolutely pass as indoor flower. All right, this is by far the best nug structure, frost level, trichome level, all that. Let me bring you in a little bit closer, but yeah, this is some really, really nice looking greenhouse hemp flower. This could definitely pass as indoor hemp flower. Not bad at all. This nug right here in particular looks like some indoor type 1. Super, super dense, super frosty, packed with trichomes. A really nice, tight nug structure. All right, I wasn't gonna smoke any of this raspberry bear claw, but it looks so good, I gotta take one hit. That's really smooth. Smoothest one of the day. Basically like breathing in air. It's got a nice flavor to it. It's got that nice kind of real subtle sourness to it, all right? That'll definitely get the Shabazz seal of approval, all right? The raspberry bear claw. Now, one piece of advice I definitely have for Akira, they need to get modern, newer genetics. The genetics that they are working with is not gonna fly, all right? So for the next batch of plants in the greenhouse, I wanna see, you know, 2024 genetics at the oldest, all right? All right, let's take a gander at these carts, all right? Now again, this is the OZ Kush live resin cart. And this is about a 1-to-3 ratio, type 2. But one thing people really got to keep in mind, and one thing I always tell people, is when it comes to carts, the same rules do not apply to flower, okay? Carts are much easier to manage, they're much easier to dose. So I actually use type 2 carts. I can't use type 2 flower, but I can use type 2 cart. You can take a couple tiny little hits, whereas with flower, what you inhale is what you inhale, and there's no going back. You're along for the ride at that point. With a cart, you can really keep it in check. You can make it your bitch, all right? And of course, Akira got that nice packaging in there. There's their ceramic cart. That's the presentation. And there goes your cart itself. That is a ceramic cart with the live resin inside, all right? You got the rubber stoppers, real nice, all right? Premium quality product. I do want to make clear, as always, Akira is not sponsoring me for this video. Everything I'm saying here is my own unbiased opinion, all right? Here's the OZ Kush. Let's try it out. Let's just, like I said, I hit it. I'm not in the mood. I'm not looking to get a good buzz going on right now. I do want to see what the flavor's like. Okay. Wow, that actually has a real nice flavor. And look, Akira, they are known for their carts. They have a really nice line of carts. All of their cartridges are live resin, all right? They're flavorful, they got good effects, everything, all right? It's a no-brainer. I don't even really gotta go into too much detail. In the hemp game, Akira is definitely like in the top 3 when it comes to concentrates and carts, all right? Really, really good, high quality carts. I don't want to hit this anymore, but I will tell you that flavor on that is really nice. It was like a tropical fruity dankness. And it's funny because OZ Kush is not tropical and fruity. OZ Kush is definitely a classic Bubba, and the newer ones are really savory, oniony Kush. This was like a tropical fruit, like air freshener or something with some gas on it. That's real nice. And they're always going through different flavors. So, you know, if this one is sold out, it's probably gonna come back. And, you know, if you want some now on their website, they got all types of carts, all different flavors with all, you know, multiple different ratios. And remember, ratios is what determines the effects, all right? When you're dealing with type 2, it's not about how much THC. It's about the proportion of THC to CBD that determines the strength of the effects. And again, here's their pineapple cookie dough cart. I've actually had one of these carts, this exact same flavor. I know it really well. Again, same presentation, all right? And this one is not a type 2. So they do have type 3 carts, and that's one thing that's dope about Akira is that they have both type 2 and type 3 everything. And you know, the carts are nice. A lot of people love these carts. I got a little bit of a claw going on. Oh, damn. I don't know, I'm kind of scared to hit that. That tastes it's got some gas to it. And pineapple sugar cookies is not a gassy strain. So I'm worried, did they mix up the carts or something? Did I accidentally get a different strain and I'm gonna be over here, you know, hiding in Debo's chicken coop? This is actually a really high ratio CBD to THC. It is basically 1 to 63, meaning you can't get any more CBD dominant than that. If that's a pineapple sugar cookie, live resin, that's fire. And that's really fire. I'm gonna have to hit up Akira and ask, like, yo, is your PSC, is it gassy, the live resin? That's Akira. We haven't checked out Akira in a few months. This is what they got going on right now. I really, I like the quality of everything, really premium products, like I said. Akira has never been known for their super low prices though, all right? 2 things I think they could work on just a little bit, maybe their pricing structure and their strain selection. But I do have a code for everything you see in this video down on the landing page. Make sure you take advantage of that. When you go place your order for Akira, save yourself a couple bucks, all right? Y'all, I'm pretty sure Akira got affected by the whole floods and hurricane thing in there. My aunt actually lives in Asheville, North Carolina. Everybody in that general area got hit really hard, okay? They got hit really hard. Many people lost everything. So major shout out to Akira that they kept it going. They kept it pushing. They're still cranking out products. There was no stutter in their step, all right? They just kept it business as usual. So that's dope. And the combination of hitting that raspberry bear claw flower and then that type 2 OZ Kush immediately after gave me a strong buzz going on right now, all right? I'm about to go melt into my mattress. Let me know what you think about these products down in the comments, all right? And make sure that you follow my Instagram. Make sure you go join the Discord. That's where you can find me and many other serious connoisseurs. And I post some decent content on Instagram, all right? All right, y'all, hit like if you like the video, hit me up down in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you can see when I upload new content. I appreciate each and every one of y'all so much, and I sincerely hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.